In a small town called Chiang Mai, in a country far away called Thailand, there is an umbrella street. I wonder how many of you have seen an umbrella street. Do you know what one looks like? In this small town, there are ordinary streets, and then there's the umbrella street. It has all the normal things that a regular street has. It has houses, trees, and people. But if you look in the front gardens and the backyards, there are hundreds and hundreds of umbrellas everywhere. Mally, a little girl that's just 8 years old, knows all about umbrella streets. After all, she lives on one. Who makes all of these umbrellas? The people who live on the umbrella street, Mally and her family. Mally lived with her mother, father, 2 brothers, and 3 sisters in a large wooden house. Every morning, Mally would wake up to her mother calling at her.
Mally, come make some umbrellas before you go to school.
It seemed to her that she was always just making umbrellas. Even on Saturdays and Sundays, she would make them all day long. Everyone in her family had a different job at making the umbrellas. Her father and one brother would make the wooden frames, while Mally's mother and 2 sisters attached the beautiful silk. Then Mally's big brother and sister would paint amazing and beautiful flowers on them. They would paint these flowers with fancy paintbrushes. Mally worked extremely fast as well. She would sit and attach tassels of colored silk to the painted umbrellas. People came by to buy the umbrellas and would watch Mally with amazement. "Look at how fast she works. Isn't that amazing?" they would say. This made Mally smile, and she would work even faster. One day, Mally wasn't able to work very well. Her hands just wouldn't do what she wanted them to do. The tassels wouldn't stick in the right places, and she kept dropping them on the floor.
Mally, what's the matter?
Asked her mother.
I wish you would be more careful.
Instead of getting better though, it only got worse. A couple of days later, while Mally was working again, she noticed that she had red marks on her arms.
Mommy, look at these funny red patches. What are they?
Her mother looked closely but didn't know what they were.
I don't know, Mally. But if they don't get better soon, I'll take you to the doctor. Go to bed, and we'll see you in the morning,
said her mother. A few weeks later, while Mally was working again, she noticed the red marks were all over her hands and arms. Mally became scared and ran to tell her mother, who was very worried. So together, they went to see the doctor. When they arrived, Mally's mother told the doctor when the marks appeared and how Mally couldn't control her hands very well. He turned to Mally. He started to ask her a lot of questions, but assured her that she wouldn't be hurt, that they were going to make her better.
"Mally,"
said the doctor,
"let's play a game. I'll touch different spots on your arms and legs with this cotton ball, and you have to point to where I touch you. But your eyes have to be closed. Remember, no peeking now."
The doctor was able to find out what Mally had because of this game.
"Mally,"
the doctor explained,
"people who have your sickness, which is called leprosy, don't have any feeling in some part of their bodies, but we can make you better with medicine."
Do I have to take injections?
asked Mally. She hated needles.
"No, you just have to take a few pills a day. It's called multi-drug therapy,"
explained the doctor.
"You also have to do some exercises to make your hands strong again. I'd like you to stay with us for a few days until you're better, at a special hospital."
Mally and her mother arrived at the special hospital and were greeted by a nurse.
Nudiga, this is Mally. She's coming to live with you for a while. Can you introduce Mally to the other children and to her house mother? Then show her around?
Said the nurse.
Sure,
said Nudiga. Mally hugged her mother and ran off with Nudiga.
Do all those boys and girls live here too?
Asked Mally.
Oh yes. They all have leprosy too. We all live here and go to school here.
responded Nudiga.
You mean I still have to go to school?
Of course. We can't miss school for days on end.
Every morning the nurse would take the children to do their exercises. She would have them play a simple game where you had to move your fingers in and out. Some people had to exercise their feet instead of their hands though. What they did was try to balance on a board with a rocker under it. Time went by quickly, and although Mally was happy at the hospital, she missed her family very much. One day, the doctor was telling her a story about Jesus. At the end of it, he said,
Mally, I think that you're well enough to go home next week. Your hands are strong again, but you will have to keep on taking your multi-drug therapy.
Mally was so happy that she started counting off the days until she could go home.
Lift your wrist, I'm going home. Straighten your fingers, I'm going home.
With 2 days left, Mally found it hard to do work in school because she was so excited,
Mally, please do your math more carefully.
said the teacher. Mally nodded and did her math again with a huge smile on her face. She was going home soon. Then the day came for Mally to go home. Everyone gathered around to say goodbye,
Mally, we wanted to give you a little present before you leave.
said Nudiga. She handed Mally a box wrapped in pretty red paper tied with an orange ribbon. She opened the box quickly to find that they had gotten her a book with beautiful pictures and stories inside about Jesus.
Thank you so much. Now I'll be able to read all about him. Thank you.
Mally saw her mother and ran right into her arms,
Goodbye. I'll come back to see all of you soon.
called Mally, as her and her mother headed back towards the umbrella street.
Red, blue, yellow, and green. Prettiest umbrellas ever seen. We make them big, we make them small. For people short, for people tall. And I put tassels on them all.
When Mally got home, she was so happy to see her brothers and sisters again. She told them all about her time at the hospital and how well they cared for her. Although she missed her new friends, she was still very happy to be at home on the umbrella street.